Just before we get started here, just on behalf of the Edmonton Oilers coaching staff, our players, and the organization as a whole, just wanted to put out there that we're all thinking of Guy Lafleur and his family right now, and thoughts and prayers are with him and one of my favorite players growing up. So lots of love sent Guy Lafleur's way.
Pretty unique style, hey?
What a hockey player and great person too.
If you can, just a thought tonight on the challenge that the Montreal Canadiens present with not only the way they play, but the energy they seem to have at times too with their situation and their coach. And
well, I think there's renewed life in that group. A lot of the players that are on that team went to the Stanley Cup final last year, so there's a lot of proud hockey players there. I think over the last little while, they've scored 20 goals in the last few games. So goals for, they have the ability to score, and I think our focus and attention is on what's most important right now, which is to try and get 2 points out of tonight's game.
There's you've pointed out yourself, there's a sort of an elevation in the work ethic and what you're seeing in the room. How do you maintain that so it isn't always going up, and at least it's level, so it's not going back down to the pre-Woodcroft days?
So we're talking about the Oilers there? Yeah. Well, I think when we came in, and we being Dave and I, joining the coaching staff here 3 weeks ago, we wanted to pay our players the compliment of having high expectations for them. And where that begins is in the work ethic side of things. And we've put a lot of import and emphasis on it. And so far, through those first 3 weeks, we like what we see. That to me is becoming the standard. That's the standard, and we're trying to continue to build our playing personality, and central to that is that level of work ethic.
Josh Archibald is he's not with the main group yet, but he's around. He's on the perimeter. What's the schedule for him, and what are the plans going ahead, and just the atmosphere of the guys seeing him back?
Well, I think with Josh is my first time meeting him today. So for Josh, just trying to get up and running and back skating. We didn't even have a full team skate today. So it's just one day at a time with Josh. Eventually introduce him to team practice and try and getting him up and running. I don't have a definite timeline of the exact game. We want him to get back and play. It's just we're going to follow the proper sequence of events. Today he skated with a few players in an optional skate, and tomorrow we're looking forward to introducing him to the team practice.
Hey Jay.
Hey Reed.
Going back a long way with this organization, there's often been a tough night, first home game back after a long road trip. You didn't practice yesterday. This one is starting at 5 instead of the usual 7 or 8. How are you feeling about the energy level of the team? What can you as a coach do to make sure it's there right off the hop?
Well, you're referencing history, and you're referencing some things that go beyond our control. The schedule is what the schedule is. What is within our control is understanding the opportunity that's before us, and that's 2 points tonight versus a team that's playing well, versus a team that went in and won a game in a tough building in Calgary. That is what's before us tonight, and I don't think anybody in our dressing room is unclear of how important points are as we work our way through the stretch run here. So I think our group is motivated. I think we're rested, and we expect us to come out not dipping our toe in the water, but ready to come out full bore right off the bat.
And just for lineup notes, who's your goalie and how's Barry?
Let's start with Barry. Barry is day-to-day, so nothing major on his front. He won't play tonight. And who's our goalie? We're starting Mike Smith tonight.
Jay, Brad Malone up until this week was a player that had been out of the NHL for 3 years. Can you tell me what he meant to you in Bakersfield, and maybe why it was the right time to necessitate a call-up for him right now?
Well, for Brad, I used the term last week that he's been a real good soldier for the organization. He's someone that has given the NHL team some good minutes over the years, not recently, but in his first few years in the organization. I think he's in Bakersfield. He's been part of the leadership group down there, has helped push that organization forward into winning division championships, and also setting a great example for younger players just with the way he carries himself. Now, that's all nice and good, but as a player, I've seen Brad take a step. I think he's really grown his game over the last few years, and when we started to get a little dinged up on that road trip, we felt we wanted to add a big body. We wanted to add a natural center iceman, and I have nothing but a great comfort level with Brad because I've seen him in multiple different situations. So he's someone that we're happy that we have up here in Edmonton with our group.
In what ways have you seen him take a step? And I know it's only been a couple games, and have you been able to see those things in the first couple of games?
Well, yeah. So when I say taking a step, I mean taking a step over the years, right? So I've seen his game continuously get better. So his 200-foot game, his understanding of what it takes to win. I've seen him rise to the occasion in big moments, and for him, he's someone that I believe plays the game the right way, and he's had he's done some things off-season wise regarding his conditioning and just trying to stay on the cutting edge with fitness. And I think he's a faster player than he was 3 or 4 years ago. And like I said, he's had those experiences of coming up big in big games.
You've played 7 defensemen every game since you've been up. Will you play 7 again tonight?
Yeah, we will play seven defense tonight.
You've had your bottom 2 guys, though. There's not a natural right shot guy there. You just figure that all those left shot guys eventually during the game are going to have to play the right side, like Niemelainen, Lagus, and Broberg. Yes,
sometimes out of necessity, players might be asked to play on their offside. I think we have the horses back there that can handle it, and I think we've talked a little bit over the last couple of weeks on the philosophy of that, and part of it is to spread the minutes out amongst that group of 7.
And you don't mind just having a 10th and an 11th forwards and having to figure out where they play during the games?
I'm quite comfortable with that alignment.
Thank you.
I would ask Connor this, but we haven't seen him in a bit. What's the status of his teeth there? I saw him on the TV.
Yeah, so he got hit in Carolina there, and I think most of them are in. I don't know if he had a laceration there and maybe a little bit of dental work, but I think most of them are in. I don't think he lost too many of them if he did, but yeah. Good question for him. Yeah. Thanks, guys.